With diverse flora and fauna, magnificent natural landscapes, and an ecological biosphere that supports life, this wondrous planet is our earthly home. From our animal co-inhabitants to the lush rainforests and life-giving soil, we cherish all these as gifts from the Creator. It is a common theme in the world's major faiths that during our temporary stay here, we should be good stewards of Mother Earth. Throughout the years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has shared the message of leading a balanced life while following a spiritual path. Not only must we nourish our spirits, but we share the responsibility to care for nature and our fellow beings. In light of recent scientific evidence stressing the grave state of our planet caused by climate change, Supreme Master Ching Hai affirms the important message she has noted for over the past 2 decades. We must be vegetarian, meaning an animal-free diet, and practice sustainable living. Today, we present to you Supreme Master Ching Hai's discussion on climate change, titled Eden on Earth Through a Vegetarian Diet, via video conference with our association members in the United Kingdom on June the 12th, 2008.
How's everything doing?
It's well, thank you, Master.
All right, so now you have been brewing some question. And I can hear it very loud even without the phone. So maybe you can tell it now to the world instead of keeping it in your heart.
Okay, the first question, Master. Are the recent disasters around the world somehow connected with the billions of animals slaughtered every year for human consumption?
Of course it is, huh? As you sow, so shall you reap, and like attract like, né? Scientifically speaking, spiritually speaking, we have been warned. So all the disaster that have happened around the world, of course, are connected with the human unkindness to the co-inhabitants. That was the price we have to pay for what we have done to the innocents, who have done us no harm, who are also the children of God, who has been sent to earth to help us and to cheer our days. Because generally, humans also have very good merit before they came to earth. And that's why they became human, because of their good merit. So from their good merit, there have been a give and take and deduction and addition. Otherwise, if things have not been canceling out some of the bad retribution, then it would have been worse. Or the earth might have been disappeared altogether already. But luckily, the human also do have some good merit, and they have not run out yet. Some of their good merit have not run out yet. And that's why we are still hanging in here.
Master, if the world were to go 100% vegetarian right now, what kind of earth would we live in, and what effect would this have on the world economy? And also, how great would the changes be, and how long would it take to see the effects of these changes on our environment?
If the world were to go 100% vegetarian right now, the good effect of it will be seen within more or less 60 days. That is 8 weeks. Within 8 weeks, you will see immediate effect. Of course, you also see immediately, but it's almost immediately, but to see the whole big picture, you can realize it within 8 weeks. Yeah? 8 short weeks, yes. And what kind of earth would we live in? To be Eden again. We will have sudden peace and sudden realization of sameness between all nations, between all humans, and between humans and animals. The realization will dawn upon us. There's no need explanation. People will suddenly understand that we are all equal. We and all co-inhabitants, animals alike, are equal. And people will have respect even for trees and plants.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Master.
It is wonderful, and I really wish that we could have it right now. Things will be more lustful, abundance. People will feel happier, even without reasons. They will not know why they feel happy. And food will be enough everywhere. River will run plentiful again. Disaster will cease. Heaven will smile on human. And good wishes will be fulfilled. That is a kind of Eden. Yes. If we are to be vegetarian, all of the human on the planet, that will be the effect. Yeah, that's what we wish to have, hey?
Master, is the world doing enough? And are we as initiators doing enough to save the planet at this critical time?
Well, you have been doing fine. Most of the initiates are doing their best and sincerely. But the world, no. The world, they are doing something, they are trying, but they are not doing fast enough, and they're not doing enough. And even something they're doing is often off track, you know. I'm sorry, I have to be blunt. I've been too polite all these years, it don't work. Now the thing is, most often the world is doing things that are second or third important in line, yeah? Or like you have the throne, number 1 in line, number 2 in line, number 3 in line. They are not running after the crown prince. They're running after the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 11th, yeah? Now the number 1 thing that is most important is non-violence. Non-violence to human and animals. Of course, that means vegetarian diet. That means completely abstain from all animal product. That is the thing that has been ignored up to now. I mean, some people have spoken out, even some government officials and some organizations have spoken out about that, but too little. If we stop killing, if we practice non-violence, non-violence to humans, non-violence to animals, if we stop all the killing, then all bad effects will stop almost instantly. There will be no end to happiness and freedom of any aspect, body and mind. If we stop the main cause of disaster, that is the killing. The main cause of disaster is the violence of the people, mostly from the people. We have to stop all this. We have to stop all the killing. I keep telling again and again and again. We have to live and let live. We have to respect and save lives. But tell me, who will be wise enough to listen, and who will be strong enough to carry this out? That's the point. Perhaps everybody knows this, one way or another, but need a strong will to carry out. Not just knowing, practicing. Practicing is very important. We have to respect all lives, including that of our so-called enemies even. Directly or indirectly, we have to stop the killing. We have to be all vegetarian and abstain from all animal products. That's how the killing will stop. Everything else is secondary.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah?
Free is well known by many people around the world, and she recently has gone vegan for 21 days. And a lot of high-profile people are realizing the benefits of a vegan diet.
Yeah.
And in turn are influencing a lot of people around the world.
Right.
Master, is this a good turn in the right direction?
Yes, it is. It is. And bravo to her, to Oprah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she has done the most glorious thing in her entire career, methinks. And I think she will continue in this direction. She's a wise woman, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, and she has a huge bunch of followers. So if she continue in this direction, she will do a great service to herself, humankind, and her believers. Yeah? I think she's very wise. She will do it because I think she put something in the internet, in her blog, saying that how can you proclaim to be a spiritual searcher, a spiritual seeker when you have no compassion for animals at all. So I think she's a wise woman. I think she will continue that, and that will be very great. Yeah. After all, what is the good in gnawing on a dead corpse, no? Biting on dead corpse for such a dignified human like us. The human that can conquer the moon, can explore Mars, and doing many other incredible feats. How can we not conquer our own appetite? Because the appetite of most humans have caused untold suffering to the weak and defenseless animals. And we even have abundance of food choices, not that we don't have. So if people just stop and think about this, they will realize how unfortunate it is that we have fallen into this trap, that we have to kill to live, that if I live, you must die. This is a very pitiful situation for human beings. If anybody take a little time to think about it, this is really, really tragic. No?
Yeah.
Thank you, Master.
So, I hope people will realize it in the long run. If they stop and think about it, this is really a very tragic situation that the human have fallen into. To let themselves be deprived of compassion, deprived of the loving instinct of a human, to succumb to this kind of cruelty. This is really a pity. It's not what human intended to be at all. Anything else that is boiling in your heart?
Master, more and more news reports are mentioning going vegetarian as a solution to combat climate change. For example, last week on BBC Two, a program on the news about the measures to tackle climate change, and the headline said something like this.
Yeah?
Is it time to turn vegetarian? BBC Two Newsnight on the 3rd of June 2008 at 12:30 midnight. It said the best solution would be for us all to become vegetarians.
Good of them.
Yeah. So it seems, Master, that people the world over are getting the message. Do we still have time to save the planet, though?
Yes, yes. they are getting the messages, but it's not enough. Yeah, I want more of that. And on every television channels and every billboard on the sidewalk, in every house and on every newspapers, this should be the topic that we talked about every day. I mean, not the whole newspapers, not the whole program, of course, but I mean, some part of it has to be devoted to the most urgent need of our time, that is the climate change, and to stop it.
That would be wonderful.
But nevertheless, you know, they are doing something, and I'm grateful. And I want to tell you some good news, okay? Well, the message, if people listen to it and do more, then of course we can save the planet. Right now, we have gained 7 months plus. Because of all the effort that people have put into action, you know, like plant trees and driving less and sustainable fuel, and also many people have turned into vegetarians, and some of the news media have helped to remind the public, and the government also have done something or have thought about it. All this, however little positive energy that people sincerely put into their effort have bear fruit, and we gained 7 months. That means right now we have like 2 years and 2 months plus a few days to change. And the more people turn into vegetarian and preserving the planet, the further the deadline will recede, yeah? And then we will have more time, more and more time. Originally, if nobody have done anything up to date, then we would have like maybe 16 months, huh? Or 15 months even. Understand me? And now we have 2 years, 2 months plus. Okay, so that has bear fruit, eh?
Definitely.
We have to thank to the people who have changed into the vegetarian diet, and thank to the government who have put effort
in preserving the environment, and we have to thank some news media who have been putting in effort to remind people about our deadly situation.
So if you guys continue
Helping remind people, if the government give us, I think the news people continue the trend of giving the public more knowledge, then we still can save the planet.
I do hope so.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? Thanks to the BBC too.
Sir, hello, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
Doing a lot of stuff. Thank you, you guys, for helping the disaster victim everywhere. Thank you for being my extended hands, extended ears, extended eyes, extended mouth, extended love. Thank you so much, all of you. Not just English, but everywhere, yeah? All our people in the world.
Master, Prince Charles recently expressed his concern about the urgency to fight global warming in an article entitled 18 Months to Stop Climate Change Disaster. It was published in May 2008 in the Telegraph newspaper in the UK. And, you know, being a member of a royal family and other people in such high positions in the political field, etc., they're being advised what they should and should not say to the public. I was wondering what words of encouragement can Master offer these leaders to help them speak the truth and get their important message through.
I am very grateful to His Royal Highness and other
Courageous leaders in the world for stepping out of their boundary and to speak out for the sake of everyone. Even if the public do not appreciate their goodwill, heaven will take note, and they will have a great reward hereafter. It is, of course, very difficult to be in the position of authority. I understand that, and I'm glad you understand their position. Of course, they have been always told what to do and what not to say. But the advisors are not always wise. So I think the leaders themselves should act according to intuition of a highly developed human beings. To be a leader is to be endowed with bravery, compassion, and nobility. That's why you are a leader. It's not easy, of course, to be in the position of leader. That's why leaders are few. Yeah? You see, in a nation, there's only one king, one queen, some princess, some prince, one president, one prime minister. Very few leaders compared to the multitude of this world. But fewer even still are brave leaders, courageous leaders, righteous leaders, and wise leaders. To such a wise and courageous ones, we offer full support and respect. We pray that heaven give them more strength, more wisdom to carry out their noble duty. Of course, bravo to Prince Charles and other leaders. Yeah, Prince Charles has been an environmentalist for many years. And he's getting always more and more vocal about this. And I hope he continue to set an example for other leaders. Because as I told you, leaders are few. And few are still those who are wise and courageous. Being a leader, we must know what is good for our subjects and what is not. And what is good, we have to encourage them to do, facilitate them to do. And what is bad, we have to stop to protect them. That is the true meaning of a leader.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
He's a good man. Gentleman. I have always liked him. He's honest, you know? Straightforward. If he loves someone, he says he loves. If he doesn't, well, he doesn't. We know that by now, huh? Yes. You see, being a prince is true to his heart.
That is a very good quality.
Yes. He's true to his heart. And he's not swayed by glamour or praise and gain. He's really a truthful man. And I really pray that he will have more strength to continue and do better and better still for his subject and for the world, to make an exemplary, noble figure of a leader for the world to follow.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello. Master, recently SMTV crew visited in the island of Skye in Scotland, and they interviewed the founder of the animal sanctuary. They rescue farm animals. And Rima Morel, she's the founder and author and animal communicator. When she was sitting with one of her pigs, he started sending messages saying that now is the time that humans have to stop killing animals for food. And the message seems really urgent. And the question is, how can we help stop more people from eating animals?
Yes, I have been asking myself that question, and you also, many years already. This is a very frustrating question, because we don't always have the immediate answer. Knowing habits of humans are hard to quit. I just hope that heaven have been warning enough with so many frequent disasters and incurable disease, so that people truly wake up this time and to stop all this cruelty to our co-citizens of the world, namely the animals and each other as well. If anybody could stop and think about it, it is really incredible how we still kill each other these days, or think of killing each other these days. Not to talk about the poor, defenseless, innocent animals. Well, all we can do is spread the news, spread the news, explain to people as much as you can, and hoping that your words, my words, will fall into some wise ears. Because most of the humans, they have telepathy, but they have completely lost it. So they cannot hear it direct from the animals. Their cry of suffering, their cry of sorrow, or their cry of advice. Because they have been covered up tightly with a veil of ignorance from the king of illusion, from Maya, from the so-called devil. So it's very difficult for them to hear anything. But I just hope that at this time of peril, maybe they will wake up. And we try to tell them anything that is convincing. Maybe they can wake up, maybe they listen. Maybe some of them will listen, maybe half of them will listen, maybe 2/3 of them will listen. I hope all of them will listen. I hope I will live to see that day. I'm telling you truly because as much as I love the animals, I know that suffering has an end. Even if one animal suffers by abuse or torture, massacre in the slaughterhouse, they have all that life, and then they will be free to heaven. It breaks my heart. I don't want to imagine how they suffer. But even then, it's not as bad as what the humans have to go through because of mistreating animals. So actually, I'm more sorry for the humans than the animals. Do you understand? If they are abused and badly treated, they will be in a higher heaven. But the humans who has done all this to them will pay terribly, and that's what I'm worried about. Okay? I love animals so much, but physical suffering we will endure one way or another, even human too. But the spiritual suffering, the spiritual loss, is a terrible loss. And humans committed terrible acts against themselves every day to cause them to lose spiritual merit because of killing animals, because of killing each other, because of eating animals. So, you see, this is the human that I'm worried about. We're trying as best as we can to awaken their real knowledge, but it's not easy, okay? I thank you for all you have been doing. And thank you for bearing all this frustration with me. And thank you for still having unwavering faith on the human change. Maybe they will change. Maybe we can still save the planet. We just have to continue, okay?
Thank you, Master. Master, we'd like to give you some feedback from our Supreme Master television viewers.
Ah, very good. I like to hear.
Master, we've got some great news from Ireland. A representative from the Irish Green Party, which is currently sharing the power in government, called the Irish Hotline to say he watches SMTV. And he said he loves it and will encourage all the Green Party members to go vegetarian.
Wow. Bravo. Fantastic.
And also,
yeah, very good. Wonderful news. Wonderful news. I'm sure SMTV would love to hear this. Huh?
And also another Irish caller is the person who is responsible for having the sale of fur banned from Ireland's top 3 luxury stores nationwide. He also loves Supreme Master Television and said he wants to meet us to discuss ways we can work together.
Good. Wonderful news.
Yes, Master. Hello, Master. There was a lady living in Wales, and she rang us at Chinese New Year. Every time there is a special day for a certain country, she meditates and prays for all the people in that country. So on Chinese New Year, she was looking at television programs, and she discovered Supreme Master Television. And she was so touched and enthusiastic, and she was deeply grateful that she found that channel. She immediately rang the hotline and she thanked us, she expressed her gratitude, and then also after we got several calls telling us that she's so grateful and wishing us all the best.
Wow, good news, very good.
Master, from the lady who runs the animal shelter in Scotland, we had a very positive feedback. She is author of 3 books. She also had an interview with the former Slovenian president, Dr. Drnovšek, and she was researching his latest book when she came across Master's interviews from Supreme Master TV website. And she was really touched, and now she shares all Master's words and ideas about how to look after and protect and respect animals.
Oh, really? That's wonderful. Okay.
Master, in the UK, we have been able to interview many veggie organisations and animal protection groups at festivals and share our footage with them and offer them all our support. From this, we always get very positive feedback and their support for Supreme Master Television and find ourselves becoming included in their activities. For example, recently the political candidate for the UK Party for Animals invited us to attend one of their brainstorming meetings regarding their political campaign.
Wow. You become politician now, huh?
We try.
Master?
Yeah.
Recently we were handing out Supreme Master TV flyers in London and Cork Island, and many people came up to say that they are watching Supreme Master TV, and some people said that they cry when they are watching it.
Oh, really? Yes, because we are genuine, yes. We do it unconditionally and out of love. That's why it touches people's heart.
Hello, Master.
Hello.
Very nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
We have recently interviewed a musician lady who lives near the Stone Circle in South England.
Yes.
She told us she used to be vegetarian for many years, and then she went back to eat meat. But on the very day she and her mom watched Supreme Master Television, they went straight back to vegetarian diet again. And she cries every time she watches the channel, she told us. And she said after going back to vegetarian, her conscience feels great and she feels pure, better and cleaner.
Yeah, okay, very good.
She also said the channel informs people of the important issues of our time.
That's right.
The challenges we all face. And people are blind to it about how and why to be a vegetarian. And she thinks people should start watching Supreme Master TV because to her, this is how the television should be, and this is what TV should be used for.
Right, right. Yes, that's why we're doing it. Yeah. See, I also met some people who have been vegetarian before, And they went back to non-vegetarian diet, and after meeting me, talking to me, and I eat vegetarian, they became vegetarian again. Personally, also I'm working, huh? I'm also a mini television. Mini SMTV, yeah. All of us can have some influence in some way, yeah. And that is cool. But it's just not fast enough for my patients. Anyway, we're doing what we can, and it's not just for other people, for us also, yeah, for our children, grandchildren, and our friends, family members. They all are important. It's a pity that the world is not doing together with us. If they are, then we have Eden on earth right away, within 8 weeks. Within 8 weeks, all disaster will stop. That's how heaven is created. What do you think? Oh, where do heaven come from? Heaven is a place where all beings act in the same way. I mean, not like uniformly, but in the same level of compassion, same level of love, and same level of spiritual knowledge, understanding, same level of nobility. That's what heaven is, yeah? And we can turn this world into heaven anytime. If human beings just turn around, all will be forgiven. Heaven is forgiving. Because they did not know about meat diet, the killing. They did not know anything much about killing. Of course they know a little bit, but nobody emphasized it, you know? Nobody really make it like a matter of fact, yeah? If the government, if the media, all the people that have the power can wield their power in a correct way, inform the public, educate the public, make them know what is right, what is wrong. Make them know that vegetarian diet is a must, is the only diet that everyone should follow. Then it will be done. Look at how many people have decreased smoking. Even if smoking cigarette has not been banned completely, just been banned in the public only. And look how many percentage of people have decreased smoking, and how much disease have been minimized, how much money of the taxpayers have been saved. Just a few months. You watch television, you know the effect immediately. Look at that. And it's not even banned completely yet. Can you imagine if it's banned completely someday? Or if its meat has been banned or has been advised to be less and less? Can you imagine how good it be? Yeah? The government supposed to govern goodly, rightly. So this is a time the government should do their governing stuff. Make it like a righteous thing. That's like a natural thing. Just like children have to go to school. You see, in some country, the law applies. Parents have to send the children to school. So maybe one day we will oblige other people to leave the animals in peace, just like the way we want to be left in peace. We don't want anyone to cut our throat. Why do we go out and cut some other being's throat? You see what I mean? And drink blood from it and eat their cup. Oh, God. And we call that civilization, the 21st century, my goodness. And so many masters have been on earth and have been teaching us already that we shall not kill, we shall not eat meat, we shall not drink alcohol, and we shall not take intoxication. Have been taught so long, century after century. This is a time we should be a human being that we supposed to be. Yeah? Okay, we made mistake. No, we didn't know it before, but now is the time. We should do research, we should know about it. Everywhere there are plenty of vegetarian diet advice, books, recipes. Even in our television, we have 10,001 international delectable recipes daily, offering free of charge. They can always download it and keep it in their family and try it all, you know? It's beautiful, it's tasty, and it's harmless to anyone. There's no excuse anymore to sink your teeth into that piece of flesh, which is rotten anyway. I don't know how human being can consume such thing. It's below dignity, and it's unhygienic, it's unhealthy, it's poisonous, it's ignoble. Pardon my bluntness. I've been polite for too long. So it's about the time we wake up and change behavior. To be noble, to be dignified as a human being.
Master in London Centre, they recently received calls from people watching Supreme Master television, and they were very enthusiastic, and they wanted to have more background material about the programs, also information about how to get initiated to learn meditation. And it was not only the UK, it was also calls from the Middle East, from Iran.
Okay, good news for you. You have more brothers and sisters. Good for the world, because we are in urgent situation right now, and I just wish that all the people in the world turn to vegetarian right away and be forgiven.
I have a new question, if you have time, Master.
Yeah.
There was a book which stated that another planet encountered the same type of global warming situation, and the aliens actually came here to mine our gold. And they use some kind of technology in order to change that gold into gold dust, and they use that for their atmosphere to patch it up. Is that true? And in addition to the adopting a plant-based diet, can we do something similar in order to give us more time?
No. Sometimes fiction is stranger than reality. Vegetarian diet and new technology, yeah. And be sparesome, yeah, and be spiritual, yeah. That's all we do.
Understand. Thank you.
Master, I've also got another question. If global warming is stopped on time and is reversed, is there a possibility that the poorest and undeveloped countries of the world will be able to catch up on development and reach the same level as developed countries? Or will inequality still exist amongst countries?
It still exists, but they will be helped by a more developed country.
Yes, Master.
And slowly they will catch up also. The main point is we will have peace between nations, be it developed or not developed. And the main point is we will have enough food for everyone, developed or not developed, okay?
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master.
Yeah, and all the animals will be living in peace, without fear, without suffering. That's the main point. The main point is we will have Eden on earth.
Thank you very much, Master, for your time.
You are very welcome. You see, we call developed in terms of technology. But the real development should be in spirituality, yeah? And it would be good if we also develop spirituality and technology at the same time. Then it would be very balanced. It would be the greatest thing that we can have, okay? Comfortable life and elevation of spiritual level. That should be the best, okay? Heaven bless you. I love you. I love you, and I thank you for what you have done and what you're doing and what you will be doing for the planet. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you for working so hard for the planet, Master.
I wish I could work harder. Love you guys. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Thank you, Master, for granting us this wonderful opportunity to speak directly to you.
So you are okay and practicing well?
We try, Master.
Okay, you have a question you want to ask me? Go ahead.
When I try to convince people not to hunt for fun and be vegetarian instead, they told me that the animals don't have souls, so they can kill and eat them. They say that the Bible says so. So how can we explain to them so they can understand that animals are just like us? I'm not a Christian, and I have a hard time trying to explain this.
Okay, this is the wrong interpretation. Because in the King James Version of the Holy Bible, it doesn't say anything about the animals don't have soul. It doesn't say like that at all. It just says something like animals are living creatures and humans are human beings, so maybe that's why they misunderstood. But in the King James Version, doesn't even say that animals don't have soul. There's no such sentence like that, so you can tell him. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
That's one thing. Give him alternative living, SOS, flyer, and let him do what he wants. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Master.
Tell him at least to study that. Okay?
Yes.
There's no such thing. The King James Bible don't say anything like animal don't have soul. It's not black and white like that. It's not like that. It's a misinterpretation. It doesn't even interpret it like that in King James Bible. People just use a forceful word like that so that they can continue to kill. That's all. People always say something about the Bible and Jesus, and no such thing. Like Jesus eat fish and all that. I never see such a thing.
Master, what would happen to us in 2 years and 2 months? Will our bodies be vaporized and our spirit be lifted? Is it the same for everybody, or is it different between disciples and non-disciples?
Oh, your bodies might evaporate. There are two cases. If it's a total destruction, then it's no different between disciples and non-disciples, yeah? Because if we don't have enough vegetarian people or virtuous people to balance out, to overweight the negative power of the non-vegetarian people and the meat-eating people, killing for food and killing of war and all that. If we don't have enough virtuous people and positive people and vegetarian people to overweight that, then maybe it's a total destruction, understand? Now, in that case, your body or any body will be, or whatever, accordingly. Yes. And of course our spirit be lifted. Your spirit is already lifted. Yeah, after initiation. All right. So it will be the same for everybody. But the difference is that our soul, the spirit of the virtuous people be lifted. And in case we have enough vegetarian people to balance the non-vegetarian people, the bad karma of killing, the bad retribution of killing of animals and men, then maybe we have only 2/3 of people will be vanishing, or half of the population of the planet vanishing. So in that case, the disciples will survive. Yeah? If it's total destruction, then no.
Some of the diseases related to meat consumption, bacterial microbes, pesticides and enzymes found in cheese derived from the inner stomach linings of other animals. Up to 80% of the calories in cheese are from pure fat. Antibiotic-resistant superbug infections from a strain of Staphylococcus aureus. Blue tongue disease. E. coli, Salmonella, bird flu, mad cow disease or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, 90% of the population at risk. Pig's disease or PMWS, listeriosis, shellfish poisoning, pre-eclampsia, Campylobacter, Clostridium difficile, diseases hidden in healthy-appearing livestock. Some of the costs of meat eating. Heart disease, over 17 million lives lost globally each year. Cost of cardiovascular disease is at least $1 trillion a year. Cancer. Over 1 million new colon cancer patients diagnosed each year. More than 600,000 colon cancer-related mortalities annually. In the United States alone, colon cancer treatment costs about $6.5 billion. Millions of people are newly diagnosed with other meat-related cancers every year. Diabetes. 246 million people are affected worldwide. An estimated $174 billion spent each year on treatment. Obesity. Worldwide, 1.6 billion adults are overweight, with 400 million more who are obese. Costs $93 billion each year for medical expenses in the United States alone. At least 2.6 million people die annually from problems related to being overweight or obese. Environmental. Use up to 70% of clean water. Pollute most of the water bodies. Deforest the lungs of the earth. Uses up to 43% of the world's cereal. Uses up to 85% of the world's soy. Cause world hunger and wars. 80% cause of global warming. Plus more. Some of the costs of milk consumption. Breast, prostate and testicular cancer from hormones present in milk. Listeria and Crohn's disease. Hormones and saturated fat leads to osteoporosis, obesity, diabetes and heart disease. Linked to higher incidences of multiple sclerosis. Classified as a major allergen. Lactose intolerance. Plus more.
I have a second question. I notice everything physical seems to be breaking down. Bodies, machines, telecommunications, etc. Also, personally, I feel very tired all the time. Is this because of the approaching to this end time in the next 2 years?
The next 2 years is not the end time. And the 2 years is the time that we can change. It's a deadline that we can change the climate, the global warming. Now, within 2 years, if we don't change, then maybe something not very pleasant will occur. Okay, now, it is true that maybe you feel a little bit more tired than usual. What do you mean telecommunication broke down? What does that mean? Where?
Mostly computers and stuff.
The computer break down in your area?
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't break down around here, so it's not everywhere. Of course, some areas are more affected than other areas, yeah? Because, as we know already, methane gas already released into the atmosphere. And I have warned you long before I know anything about from scientists. Originally, remember I told you about if the ice melt, then the gas will be released, yeah? Because the ice was there to balance and to keep the gas under control. But now, if the ice melts and the sea warms, then the gas will be released into the atmosphere. And it does already, according to scientists' research and proved. Originally, I already told you, and not for outsider because I don't know how people think. But after I know that the scientists also told like that, that's why we openly release that news. So the gas that released into the atmosphere might affect you. Maybe being that the Sierra is surrounded by water, huh? And you see, if it's not cold, and even all the permafrost, which is the cold, hard mud layers, will be melted also. And then the gas from the permafrost also will be released. And that's the reason maybe you feel more tired. And some places may have more mental illness and all kind of other illnesses. And diseases goes where they have not been before even. You know, like mosquitoes, they migrate into different area where they have not been before because the climate is warmer.
Yes, Master.
So within 2 years and some months, it depends on how many people join the vegetarian diet. The more vegetarian people, the less killing of the animals, the more time we have to rescue the planet and the lives on the planet. So originally it was shorter, but then because of our television and our flyers, alternative living flyer SOS and advertisement all over on all the newspapers and wherever we can, and other vegetarian group and environmental group, they're working hard also to spread the news. So many more number of people join the vegetarian diet. That's why we have lessened the karma of the bad retribution, so we have earned some more time. As I told the survey center last time, that we have gained 7 months. So we gained 3 more months now since last time. So that means we have like 2 years and 6 months, more or less. 2 years and 6 months to change the global warming, to stop it, or to halt it the way it is. But it's getting warmer already, so even if we have more time, it's not that ideal. So within these 2 years and 6 months now, everybody have to join into the vegetarian diet and stop the killing, stop the harm to other people and the animals, and save energies every way possible and go green wherever possible. Then we still can save the planet. But not like after 2 years the planet will be completely destroyed, not yet. It take a little more time. But it will begin descending, and we will not be able to stop then.
Hello, Master.
Hello.
This is Jane. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Jane?
Thank you. I guess my question is related to what you just explained to us. You must know that we all have been feeling a little bit weighed down by this global warming issue and the urgency of it. And we also feel very hopeful that we keep gaining time, and we love to hear that.
Yeah.
And my question is, just want to, I guess, get some reassurance from you, to ask you how hopeful you feel about our future, or if you can share with us what you see in the future, whether it's affirmative, positive, and also can we reach our goal, whether it's 50% of the population, 2/3, how you feel about it. Thank you, Master.
Okay. Not 50% anymore, I told you, because the global is already get warmer than before. Yeah, and the bad karma is worse. So right now I have to be 2/3 of the population minimum, okay? 50% that was a long time ago when I told you last, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I told you I'm not a psychic, huh? And also, it's not like you can see too far in the future, yeah? A couple of years or 4 or 5 years, because it depends on the human's condition, yeah? Maybe we still can save the planet. We still have hope though, yeah? Okay? Only if they listen. The thing is, we have to spread the news. Everyone else who care about the planet must spread the news. Then people will join us.
My next question is, there's this theory about critical mass, that if we reach it, and then the movement will kind of self-propel itself. And I wonder if how far we are to reach this critical mass point, or have we reached it yet?
Okay. Well, no, we haven't. I'm sorry. We haven't. But maybe we will reach it soon.
Good. Thank you, Master.
Within half a year, maybe, if we work hard, if everyone else work hard, if the government help, if the media helps, if all the organization really diligent in working about this, spreading the urgency and spreading the vegetarian solution to help sustain the planet, then maybe we can make it in half a year.
That's good to hear, Master. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Just, to reach that critical mass.
Yes.
Not to completely change the whole planet yet. Yeah? But we're working at it. We're working. We keep working, okay?
Yes. Thank you, Master.
All we can do is just keep working at it. Right.
Yes.
I have 4 questions, Master. My first question is, as disciples, what are the most important things that we can do to help curb climate change?
I have told you, have to continue intensive meditation whenever you can. Pray, yeah, and distribute the flyers. Spread the news.
Yes, Master. My next question is, at this particular time, should we as disciples be focusing more on meditating as much as possible, or meditating enough and then pouring the rest of our time into projects such as Supreme Master TV or vegetarianism?
Yes, 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 that's correct. If you can, do whatever you can, yeah? If you can sustain yourself that way, it's fine, okay? But of course, we all have to work to earn money, at the same time.
Yes, Master.
All right.
Thank you, Master.
Okay, Supreme Master TV is for the mass, yeah? For the public, so that they know what's going on. And that's a very powerful tool that we're using. But meditation, you must, so to reinforce your power behind it, yeah?
Yes, Master.
So that whatever you do has power. Yeah, and also to help yourself. You have to elevate yourself.
Okay,
That's very important to meditate for yourself. And also for your loved ones and for the planet as well. Everything helps.
In the recent Formosa teleconference, you mentioned that we have approximately 2 years and 4 months left to save the planet. What specific marks do we have to hit in order to achieve these goals? For example, 2/3 of the population become vegetarian, or 80% reduction in greenhouse gases?
Well, as I told you already, we have to continue meditation and praying and distributing the SOS flyers and advertise on the newspapers or television, radio, wherever we can. Just spread the news of the urgencies, because some people don't really know it. I'm surprised, but they don't. And hope. Pray for the best, okay?
Okay, Master. You mentioned that other planets have faced global warming crisis the same as ours. For the planets that were able to halt global warming, what in particular did they do?
The same, like what I'm telling you. Return to the original loving and virtuous self. Yeah? Be veg, go green, and pray. Meditate.
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Hi, Master.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. You look beautiful, Master.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a few questions. Recently, the UFO appears a few times in UK. There's any way that we can contact with them?
We can't, unless they want to.
Oh, okay.
Right now, they don't want to yet, because we are not ready.
Oh, I see.
They're not trying to give us a message or anything. They're just observing us, see if we have changed, so that they could be able to help us. But we have not changed much. And if they come here, people probably will kill them. If they land, maybe people get them and kill them, or bring them to the laboratory, poke them, probe them, do whatever, just to see, or interrogate them, or imprison them, or do all kind of experiments, who knows. They are very afraid to get too close contact with human.
Oh, so maybe in the near future?
Maybe, if the human race change for a better standard.
Oh, yes, that's good to know. Thank you, Master.
More peaceful, for example, more loving, more consideration for all beings, more kind to animals, more kind to themselves, for their own species, etc., etc., then maybe we can contact them. But again, only if they want, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, when the times come, we know how to contact with them.
They will contact us. Okay. They will know how.
Master, I know more people become a vegetarian and more media talking the changing to a vegan diet is the best solution to help global warming. Do you think that have something to do with the UFO or us, like SMTV? I think UFO from a different planet, they might try to educate us, to help us, give us the information.
No, they did not give any information. Have nothing to do with UFO. As I told you already, it is us, yeah?
Yes.
It is you who go out of your way to distribute the alternative vegetarian living flyer and SOS Stop Global Warming flyers and all this information about the solution, how to stop the global warming. And it's a Supreme Master Television that broadcasting all the urgency message and promote vegetarianism, as well as many other organizations, green vegetarian organizations, who are helping in spreading this message.
Thank you.
You're welcome, love.
Is our planet going to enter the photon belt? What will our planet be like when it gets here?
It's a theory that in 2012,
yes,
the planet would be aligned with the so-called center of the galaxy. And as a result, we're supposed to be blasted with a lot of photons, which are vibrations and positive light, was what I understand.
The photon belt, if it exists, according to the theory, then it's about 440 light years away from our Earth. Yeah? How on earth are we going to enter that photon belt? Our Earth has to be faster than a UFO. Right now, Mars is only 136 light seconds from us. And it takes like 10 months or something, or a year for our rocket to get there. How is it that our planet is going to enter the photon belt, which is 440 light years away from us? Tell me. So maybe you misunderstood it, or maybe the information is not very correct, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Master.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
Next question.
Hi, Master.
Hey, hello.
How are you?
Hello, hello. How are you, love? I'm fine, I'm fine.
My question, Master, what is the best way to motivate meat eating to go veg? It seems to be green easier for them to add than to give up meat, because most of the advertising thing, grocery store or restaurant, only focus on meat products for sale.
That's right. That's right, that's right. I asked myself the same question, my love. I haven't got the answer yet. Just give them, whoever you encounter, the SOS flyers, yeah? And the alternative living flyers, introduce them to Supreme Master Television so that maybe they can get more information and that they might decide to go veg. Everybody talk about, okay, changing the light bulbs, turn off the heater, open the window instead of aircon, but they don't talk about vegetarian diet. They don't talk about ending the meat habit, because meat habit is the #1 cause of global warming. And everybody talk around it, just like to try to avoid the issue. So that's why the vegetarian diet is not widely spread. And the urgency info of the global warming has not really been widely informed to the public at large. So you see, I have always asked the leaders to help to do this. I'm waiting. I hope they will respond, and on time, to save the planet. Meanwhile, we try the best we can, okay?
I love you,
Spread the news, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Master.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Thank you, Master. Master,
please tell us a more efficient way to let more people accept our SOS flyer?
Oh, well, you just give it to them and they will decide, okay? Up to them. We cannot force people. We can only explain, we can only make information available and tell them that there are a lot of information on the Supreme Master Television or suprememastertv.com, and then tell them, please, just try to get the information and then decide for yourself. What else can we do?
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
This is the first time I'm talking to you, so I'm so touched. Okay, my question here. We have known about the global warming for a while. We have done what we could, like our center here. We had longer group meditation. And we convince people to be vegetarian just 2 or 3 days a week, just like Master instructed. And explain them the reason. I felt desperate because even our own family, we could not ask them to do that. We need your wisdom. What else should we do to change people's perspective about being vegetarian? The anxiety stays in my heart all the time, and I believe it may be with our brother and sister too, because of what's happening to the world now. Thank you, Master, for your blessing to our center.
You're welcome. I know what you're talking about. I know that you are very worried. All you can do is just refer to them all the scientific information that we know and ask them to research in the internet themselves and research on our suprememastertv.com, and they can always write to any other green organization to verify the information. It all came from United Nations, came from the most famous scientists, the wisest scientists, the most responsible organization and groups and individuals. It's not from us even. We did not make up all these things. So tell them they can do research themselves. Yeah, they don't have to believe you. Tell you what, family members are the most difficult to convince. Yeah, I'm lucky that my parents believe me, my sister, my relatives and friends believe me, but not everybody have this luck. So what else we can do is, if you can write to the government and talk to the government or talk to powerful people or write to them, and then maybe they can help us to support to spread this information, because right now only a few governments are really doing this openly. I mean, they have to openly endorse this and make people realize that it is urgent to save the planet by going vegetarian and by adopting a green policy. The government, the media, the powerful people, the people who can make decisions and influence people, they have to help. We are just private group. And we do what we can already.
Thank you, Master, so much.
It's just everybody worries, so I'm trying to help them to recover, to save the planet that they really love. I also love, but I can also live. I can love the planet and live the planet. And it's not about the destruction even. If we all die at the same time or easy, then it's okay. It's just that sometimes if the planet is polluted and poisoned, then people will die slow and in agony, and so many disasters happen and people will suffer so much. And that's the only thing that we should worry, if we do worry. And otherwise, do your part, yeah? Do your best. Meditate very well, pray, and spread the news whenever you can. Don't worry too much about it. The physical body is not the thing we should really worry. We worry because for all the whole population of the planet and for all the species on this planet, but I individually, I don't worry much about myself. I'm doing all this for everyone else, okay? And so should you be. You should have peace in your heart, all right?
I have a very simple question about my meditation.
Okay.
When we meditate, I think the primary emphasis is I have to focus on my goal for going and focus on light. But the problem is whenever I try to focus, my mind will go away from the goal you taught us. So whenever I am aware of the situation, I just turn back to my current focus. But problem is when I turn back, I just wander away very quickly. So this cycle will last forever and it never stops. And is there any way you can teach me to improve the situation?
You mean to concentrate more?
Yes.
We all have to try. Just keep trying, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Until you don't need it anymore. Okay, you're welcome.
I would like to see if you can give us some advice. We have a restaurant here in Seattle. Three of us been running it for a little while now, but we have not been able to meditate as much time as we would like to. And the customers seem to like the food and the place that we offer, but however, we do not have the manpower or the know-how to keep up with the place. So we really don't know what to do, because you've been stressing more and more vegetarian and trying to encourage people to become vegetarian more. And I feel like I want to keep it, but I don't know how to do that. Master, please give me some advice.
You can hire some more people to help you. Hire a helper so that you can meditate more, okay?
Yes, Master.
Is the business doing well? You can afford to hire one more person?
Yes, Master.
Okay, then please do that. Just keep enough money for yourself to live, okay? Don't make yourself go hungry, of course.
Yes, Master.
All right. I'm glad that the customer like your food. What do you mean you don't know how? You must have known how. Otherwise, how can you cook so nicely and people like it? Hire somebody so you have a little more time to rest and meditate. All right, love?
Yes, Master.
Good meditation. I love you. Ciao.
Ciao, Master.
God bless. Love you.
I love you. I love you.